Right now at noon, Election Day in Georgia is tomorrow for a U.S. Senate runoff with major complications for the country.
We've had a dense fog advisory that's expiring just now because of this, the fog. But we got clouds and rain and a bunch of stuff on the way. We're going to break it down coming up.
And the FBI is now assisting in an investigation in North Carolina's power outage. We'll have the latest details.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities in Newton County are investigating what caused a morning house fire on State Route E. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. I'm Carrie Worthen. Diamond's fire chief says that the structure was being used as a storage and no one lived there. The building was deemed a total loss. The chief said that he could see the fire easily from 2 miles away and caused traffic disruptions until about 7:30.
We've had some fog to contend with. Some of us in northeast Oklahoma still under a dense fog advisory until 1 o'clock, and the dense fog advisory for southwest Missouri, parts of southeast Kansas, just expiring. I was just checking to see if they're going to extend it because, as you can see, it's still quite foggy outside, but not as foggy as it was this morning. 7th range line, you see those low clouds. It is just a miserable, dreary day. Roads even starting to look a little bit wet. Some light rain trying to fall out there. Our normal high today is 51, and our normal low is 31. We should be just a pinch above that, so relatively close to normal. Cloud cover across the entire region, as you can see, and that's going to be the trend for the rest of the week. Taking a look, boy, it's rare to see the fog tracker out at the noon hour, but with no real appreciable sunshine, there's no way for the fog to easily burn off. We still got 1.7 mile visibility in Joplin, 1.2 Pittsburgh, less than a mile in Miami, so still dealing with some dense fog out there. If you're traveling for lunch, make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going, plenty of space between you and the car in front of you. Make sure you have your lights on. So temperatures across the region: 43 in Iola, 46 Fort Scott, Nevada, 48 Lamar, 49 Carthage, and Miami. And we are sitting at 49 degrees in Joplin with those foggy conditions. And it feels like 47 with the light south-southwest breeze. As you can see, not a lot of warming actually going to take place today. We're going to stay cloudy, and we still have additional shower chances as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. High at 54 today with late day rain chances building in. We'll break down your full forecast here in just a couple of minutes. Carrie?
Thank you, Chris. Authorities in southeast Kansas have arrested a man as part of a homicide investigation. Authorities say 43-year-old Casey Dye of Paratola, Kansas, on Saturday went to the Allen County Sheriff's Office to give a statement. A short time later, officers found a body in a vehicle inside the automotive glass shop in Chanute. The body was identified as that of 45-year-old Ryan Holcomb of Chanute. Authorities say Dye shot and killed Holcomb in Allen County and then moved the body to Chanute. The KBI has been brought in to investigate. Formal charges against Dye are pending. Authorities released the name of a woman killed on Thanksgiving Day in Commerce, Oklahoma fire. According to Commerce PD, 84-year-old Lena Mustang died last Thursday in her home on Maple Street. Mustang lived in the Commerce and Wyandotte area her entire life and taught chemistry and biology for the Commerce School District for 27 years. The state fire marshal says they do not suspect any foul play. Some Wyandotte kids got to shop with the cop. About 60 students gathered to shop with Wyandotte Police Department's Shop with a Cop event on Sunday. With generous donations, the children get to purchase gifts for their siblings. Assistant Chief Farland Lee says this is a good time to make positive interactions with children.
They get to see police officers in another light compared to seeing somebody beating on their door or taking a parent away.
The children and officers also had a gift wrapping party following shopping. The Carl Junction Police Department will now be able to buy some new equipment. The Arvis Foundation donated $9,000 to the department for new trauma medical kits. Those kits can be attached to officers' vests in active shooting incidents to help their response. The holiday cheer is spreading as another Joplin business shows its spirit. The Joplin Empire Market celebrates the holiday season with an annual holiday market. The market includes artisan vendors, gift wrapping, and holiday music while shopping, as well as signed cookbooks by chef and author Courtney Hill.
We're all about, supporting small business, buying local, shopping local, and so if you come and buy your holiday gifts here at the market, you know that you're supporting local business. You know that those dollars are going directly into the hands of someone in your community, and this time of year and where we're at right now with the economy and everything, that makes a big difference too. People want to know that where their dollars are going, it's going to make an impact, and you can know that when you shop here at the Empire Market.
The holiday market will be open every Saturday, including Christmas Eve. Election Day in Georgia is tomorrow for a U.S. Senate runoff with major implications for the county. Polls show Republican Herschel Walker and Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock locked in a tight race. Nicole Killians is in Atlanta.
Are you ready to win this election?
Incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock ended Sunday just as he began it, in church.
You're going to vote for somebody whose last name begins with a W. Just make sure you vote.
And the Baptist minister who pastors the same church Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. did got some backup from the choir. La, 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 la. In a virtual phone bank with Stevie Wonder.
Georgia needs Herschel Walker.
Instead of star power, it was Senate power, with South Carolina's Tim Scott and Louisiana's John Kennedy stumping for Republican challenger Herschel Walker.
Do y'all know Raphael Warnock has spent over $100 million against me already? And we're in a tie.
With the end zone in sight, the former Georgia football star also spent part of his weekend tailgating with supporters at the SEC championship game. It's all part of an intense ground game to drive turnout on both sides.
This election is so critical.
Even though control of the U.S. Senate is no longer on the line, voters say Georgia still matters.
If 2 or 3 of them do not lockstep with the Biden agenda, then we have another potential Republican senator that might break that trend.
We have an opportunity here to create a real majority, a real 51-49 situation. So this is hugely important.
More than 1/4 of active voters in the state have already cast their ballots, so the focus is on driving turnout Election Day. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at Noon. The FBI is now assisting in investigating in North Carolina's power outage after 2 power substations were shot up in an act of sabotage. And later we're making honey lemon chicken in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. The FBI is now assisting in the investigation of North Carolina after 2 power substations were shot up in an act of sabotage. Mark Strassman is in Moore County in the central part of the state with the latest.
With morning temperatures in the 30s, tens of thousands of people woke up without power here in Moore County. Those houses had to be cold. Several dozen people did find warmth in the shelter behind me. Officials here say that outages began Saturday night after 2 power substations were intentionally targeted and damaged by gunfire. Crews found signs of vandalism. Multiple pieces of major equipment were damaged. Repairs could go on for days. The Moore County Sheriff said authorities have yet to determine a motive, but the attack was targeted. This was intentional. More than 33,000 people spent Sunday night in the dark and cold. Temperatures dropped as low as 34 degrees overnight. Duke Energy officials warned that restoring power could take days, making life challenging until Thursday. A state of emergency has been declared here. County schools are closed today, and the FBI has now joined state and local officials trying to figure out who did this and why. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Moore County, North Carolina.
Moore County is about an hour's drive from Raleigh and is home to about 10,000 people. Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
Say goodbye to messy frying and hello to a one-pan favorite. Now, this is the kind of weeknight dinner I love. Plus, it's very tasty.
But first, we've got some fog to deal with even at the noon hour, plus some rain chances. We're going to break down your full forecast when we come back. We've got some fog out there. It's hard to believe for the noon hour, but with no real sunshine to help the fog burn off, we're just kind of stuck with it. And some of us still under dense fog advisories, and we've got clouds to contend with, and then we'll have some rain chances to contend with as well. So Skywatch Storm Tracker showing us the clouds, and there are plenty of them out there. It's also showing us this fog advisory, dense fog advisory. Only northeast Oklahoma counties remain, and this runs until 1 o'clock today. We had a larger chunk of the area that was under that fog advisory until noon, but as you can see, well, it's trying to clear. There's still fog out there on the MoDOT camera at I-44 and Range Line that was looking west, and 7th and Range Line, yeah, you guessed it. There's still plenty of fog out there to talk about. We're 49 right now in Joplin. Feels like 47 with that south-southwest breeze at 6. That could gust up to 20 miles an hour at times. We're not looking again like what we saw last week with just continuous howling winds. Across the region, it's a chilly noon hour. 46 Neodesha, 47 Chinook Parsons, 48 Chitopa, 49 in Miami, Neosho Carthage, 48 in Lamar, and 46 in Nevada. Now, as we go through the rest of today, we will still try and warm up into the lower 50s, right around 54 degrees, which is not far off of our average high. We have the cloudy skies and maybe a stray drizzly sprinkle thing from now until the afternoon and evening hours. And as we get into the evening, we've got slightly better chances of actual shower activity heading into the evening and then again into the overnight. We get a brief break from the showers late tonight. And then by early tomorrow morning and towards sunrise, showers return. And thanks to the clouds, though, we'll reach a low right around 49 degrees, and we're just going to hover there for a while. The clouds, again, they kind of act like a blanket sometimes, and that blanket pulled over the 4 states for now, and it's going to keep things looking mild for the overnights compared to what we've seen. Let's take a look at the future track. We head into tomorrow morning. The rain we were talking about, there it is. And if you're not in the rain, you're in the clouds. We look into the future from there. We go into Wednesday, a brief break, more rain possible in the area. Wednesday, right now, it's looking to be right along and south of I-44, but if you're not, again, not in the rain, you're under clouds. What does the future track show for Thursday? Well, it just happens to show more rain, but Thursday looks like a better chance of some heavier rain. It's also going to be a little bit warmer, and we could even have a rumble or thunder or two out of Thursday. And then by Friday, we do get a break. So this is Thursday evening. Still raining across parts of the area. Friday, we get a break from the rain, but we still have cloud cover. Then we head into Saturday. Again, along and south of I-44, we start to see some rain chances build back in Saturday morning. Little pause. We go into Sunday morning. That's more rain in the forecast. And you know what comes after that? More rain by Monday morning. So let's look at the 7-day forecast, what we've got lined up for us. 53 tomorrow, the rain chances. Of course, rain chances today. We got the rain chances on Wednesday, 56. Making it all the way up to 66 on Thursday. So a very mild day for us. That puts us upwards of about 13 degrees, 13, 14 degrees above normal for this time of year. And then we get back down to normal. Friday, we're looking at 51, mostly cloudy. We head into Saturday and Sunday. We start warming back up just a little bit. But as you can see, we also have additional shower chances building into the weekend, and they last all the way into Monday of next week. But then after that, it looks to calm down a little bit. Now, one thing that I didn't show you today, but I'm more than happy to take a moment and show everybody at home, because honestly, it's some good news. It's not, phenomenal news, but it's some good news. Is the drought tracker itself updated last Friday, and when it did so, you can see where some of that extreme drought has been pushed further west. Now, southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, still dealing with extreme to exceptional drought conditions. But the rain we've been seeing, the precipitation over the last few weeks, slowly but surely making a difference in the drought. And our hope is the more rain we can get, the better this will start to look as we head into spring of next year. We're really wanting to get this drought situation knocked down as best we can this winter. So even snow would be helpful once we get colder. Any kind of liquid that can hit the ground is going to be beneficial for us across the area because it's just been an absolutely miserable summer, especially for the farmers and those folks out there, because we've not had the rain. And the good news about the rain over the next several days, Carrie, is it's not going to come down in such heavy amounts that flooding at this point is not a major concern. Now, Thursday, we have some chances of heavier rain, especially if we get some thunderstorms. But again, flooding not a significant concern. We're just going to get just enough rain that it should help out a little bit. It's not going to wipe this out, but it should help just a little bit.
Well, I'd rather it be 50s and rainy than 20s and snow. So let's get our water through the rain.
Well, don't let Doug hear you say that. He loves the snow, but I'm there with you. I'm not a huge fan of the snow either. I mean, granted though, if it's going to be in the 20s and cloudy, it might as well snow. Yeah. I mean, there's no point in it being cloudy and 20 degrees without snow. It might as well just go ahead and do it, right?
Yes, I guess so.
All right.
Thank you, Chris. We take this time to honor today's fourth state hero. Today we salute James Vinson of Golden City, Missouri. He served in the Army during World War II. We thank you, William Scott, for our fourth state hero. If you're looking for a way to keep the kitchen clean while making a fantastic dinner, today's recipe is the perfect combination of sweet, tangy, and mess-free. Howard shows us how to make honey lemon chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
You know, one of my pet peeves about a recipe, no matter how good it is when it's cooked in a skillet and it splatters all over the stove. That just makes me nuts. That's because the last thing I want to do after a long, hard day is scrub my stovetop. At times, there's no option. But if I can avoid the mess by turning a recipe into an easy, splatter-free one-pan oven favorite, I'm all for it. Here, for example, we begin by melting some butter and pouring it in a baking dish and setting it aside while we combine some flour with salt, pepper, and a little paprika. Next, we dip pieces of cut-up roasting chicken into the flour and place it into our butter-lined pan. Make sure both sides of the chicken get covered with the butter. After baking this, we take it out of the oven, turn it over, and baste it with a buttery honey lemon glaze that we made while the chicken was roasting. Then back into the oven it goes. Once it's cooked through and the coating is golden, it's done. See how easy and splatter-free this was thanks to our oven? All that's left to do is spoon the pan drippings over our roasted chicken and dig in. To get the recipe for our mouth-watering honey lemon chicken, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a buttery lemon way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at our fourth state market prices.
Still got some dense fog advisories for some of us in northeast Oklahoma until 1 o'clock. Remember, if you're out in the fog, turn on your lights and use your fog lights, not your brights. We got the rain chances later today, rain chances tomorrow, Wednesday, maybe a few rumbles of thunder Thursday, a break on Friday, and then more rain chances as we head into the upcoming weekend.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Dad, what do you have coming up at 5?
Quite a lot coming up at 5. For starters, medical experts are discussing the latest information about respiratory disease that's circulating. This comes amid increasing reports that some children's medicines are becoming hard to find in drugstores. Plus, the city of Joplin received millions of dollars in state funding to address stormwater issues. And Spire Energy is expanding criteria to help more customers dealing with inflation. Hope you join us for those stories, a lot more. Of course, it's all coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.